Okay. Fucking hell. Right, let's turn that mic down. Right. Okay. Welcome back to Resident Evil 4. Let's do this.
Wait. Follow.
I mean, there's not really much to say about this. It's just, you know, can you shoot the red barrels? Which, you know, timing on this one's a bit more annoying. I get him? Fuck's sake. And other than that, it's literally just how quick can you get the cannon going? Yeah, like that. See if that helps at all. Yeah, so I've currently got the game muted just to see if that changes the annoying footstep thing from Ashley. Partly for the mic, partly because it's giving me a headache. See the old merchant there. Fuck off. Let's go and shoot teams. Grab that quick. Give me the platinum sword. And then store the room. Nice, simple puzzles. No matter what way you slice it. I mean, this is not even the annoying part of this. I'm just gonna use one of these herbs just to top me health up, because I'm not worried about actually getting out hurt. It's half the fun of this. I mean, general rule of thumb: if you can kill them all in one shot, do it. I don't like using the infinite rocket launcher all the time, simply because get out of the fucking way. Yep, cool. Stop pushing triangle. You're not playing Resi 2. Yeah, I don't like using the infinite rocket launcher for like every enemy. I don't even like using it for bosses, really. The obvious exceptions being what's it called? It. I don't even use it for it, really. Especially not when you can kill most stuff with the laser. Ooh, dungeon bit, first gladiator. There we go, prison key. Yeah, I mean, I've actually got quite a good couple of months coming up. Going to university in September, studying leather technology, which will be very interesting. And I then hope to use that as a basis for a archaeology course. Look at this dumb fuck going, where am I? What's going on? And he's dead.
Follow.
Yeah, so that should be interesting. I find myself quite interested with how leather has been a trade since the earliest, what we'd call modern humans, clothe ourselves and whatnot. So I'd be very interested in actually studying that. And I figured the best way I could do that is if I learn how to work with leather myself, as I can use the university library to actually have a look at archaeology at that level, so I know what I'm actually getting into, because there is a chance that I won't actually like the archaeology bit, but I'll like the leather bit. Or, the opposite could be true. I'm getting fucking shot to pieces. Clear the floors. Right. Button again. So yeah, that's so I'm going to be going about the future, so that'll be interesting. As I get further along, I might put some content out about I might put some content on how that works.
Wait. Follow.
And you'd think with archaeology that we don't find too much like early leather stuff, but from what I've seen, they find a lot of stuff in the bogs in Ireland. In fact, they find quite an interesting thing. They find preserved bodies, but the like mummies, but instead of them having the bones in there, the bones seem to decompose quicker than the skin, and the skin seems to get tanned, like you know, like leather. And you know, that in itself is a very interesting phenomenon. You have scythes, I have a machine gun. That's how that's going to go. Right.
Look, there's a crank over there.
I used to absolutely hate this bit. Before I worked out that she couldn't get damaged in the armour.
Watch out for me.
Or taken. It just makes the game so much easier. I mean, it feels slightly cheap, but the good kind of cheap. You know, like when you find a sandwich for a quid. Well, a sandwich that, you know, costs a quid that isn't, you know, vials. Can't say I've found too many places like that. Fucking price of fucking burgers now. Ridiculous. Went to this place, Black's, fucking seven quid? Fucking bollocks. Utter fucking bollocks. With a bit of meat and some fucking, between 2 bits of bread and some cheese. Fucking liberties. What was I saying? I was talking about bog people in Ireland. Yeah, so you can go and see, you can go see examples of it in Dublin Museum, I think it was. Which is, you know, pretty cool. They find some really interesting grave goods. They also find butter, which is, you know, astounding. Because let's face it, we've all had butter out of the fridge, and look how fucking quick that goes off. I mean, I wouldn't eat it, but you're kind of curious. It's like when they found honey in the pyramids, and they're like, "Holy shit, this shit doesn't go off," and you're like, "Yeah, it's honey. Honey's awesome." So yeah, that's the sort of thing I'm interested in. I'm also, so this degree that I'm doing will teach me about the actual tanning process as well. And the yeah, and obviously how to work with leather, which I should be able to extract, like looking at it, be able to extrapolate, you know, what they used. You know, like you know, even go back to stone tools. I mean, I know there's research on that already. An archaeologist I'd quite admire is Phil Harding, and he does lots of flint knapping, and you can see how the tools, the sophistication of those stone tools, and it was a skill that basically everyone had, which, you know, I thought was amazing as a kid. When I was watching Time Team and stuff, and they were talking about they find these little chips of rock while they're digging, and they go, "Oh, that's a stone arrowhead. That's a cutting blade," and stuff like that. You go, because obviously they know how to flint knap, and they know what those tools look like, and you're just like, wow, that's really interesting. I mean, that's the sort of stuff I want to I want to learn. So I figured if I do it through this leather technology course, it'll give me a bit of a different perspective to work from, because I mean, though I might be harmed a little bit if my base isn't in archaeology. But at this point, that's just sort of the nature of the beast. Because I'll be honest, I am not bothered if I have to do 2 bachelor degrees to do my masters. If I have to, I don't imagine I will. Because looking at it, they're both BScs, which is Bachelors of Science. Which means because I know they get funny about if you do a Bachelor's of Arts and then try to move on to a Bachelor's of move on to a science-based field. Oh, classic Indiana Jones trap. I mean, I did look at the schools that actually teach archaeology in England, and well, in Britain, should I say, because there was an option for Wales and there was an option for Scotland. Both of which I think I'd rather enjoy, you know, Cardiff, and I think the other one was Edinburgh. I'm not sure I'd enjoy Edinburgh. Actually, it might be Glasgow. I definitely wouldn't enjoy Glasgow. I'm not sure I'd enjoy Cardiff, if I'm honest. Did I get him? You fucking dick. I bet. Yeah. I mean, my other option is bloody Oxford, and I'm like, while it'd be really funny to rub that in my cousin's face, seeing as well, my aunt's face, really. My cousin doesn't really care, but they kind of have been rubbing the fact that she's got a master's in maths in my face, which, I'm not gonna lie, kind of pisses me off. Not that I'm petty, but I am petty. And being able to say I read fucking archaeology at Oxford would be funny as fuck. Right. Have that cunt. Is he gonna get up? Is he gonna get up? Yes, he is. Second shot. And he's dead. One cannot defeat my gun fu. Which recently has been my answer to every HEMA argument going. You know, swords are better than spears. It's like, well, guns are better than both. That's why they got replaced. I mean, seriously, they could have made that just a touch harder. Like, literally just gone, oh, let's not make it 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm on the archaeology front, I'm mainly interested in ancient Britain. Because that's where I live, that's where I've grown up, and there's... We all talk about, you know, going to find different distant lands and, you know, far-flung reaches and stuff like that, but you just sat there going, we don't know everything about where we live, like our island, yeah? It's like, yeah, don't get me wrong, I'd be very interested to see, you know, what they're calling the cradle of humanity in Ethiopia. That'd be very interesting. But, you know, what about the, you know, the first people that came to England, Britain? You know, the people that would have. Well, actually, they're saying that there's there was a population of hominids on the Isle of Britain before one of the ice ages. So, yeah, so possibly yes. So like before the people that would eventually become the Celts, basically. Which, I'll be honest, is more interesting than the people that eventually became the Celts. Not to disparage, you know, Ireland and Scotland and Wales and Cornwall and the Isle of Man. It's just we know basically nothing about them, apart from the fact that they had dark skin and blue eyes. If we go off that reconstruction they've got in the Natural History Museum, which if you get a chance to go and see, the hominid section in the Natural History Museum is really interesting. Really, like, I'm not just being like, oh, I'm a nerd, check out my ancient hominids. It's just like, it's really cool. They've got this wall of skulls. Yeah, I'll at the end of this video I'll put up a picture I took of it, and it's just like, wow. It's just like, what the fuck? It's like, we came from that, and it's like, sorry, I'm sounding like a babbling idiot, but like, it's just so it's so fascinating. It's like we know next to nothing about our origins. Oh. Bad dog. Honestly can say Resident Evil is probably the only game where I don't feel bad about shooting dogs. Every other game that makes me shoot dogs, I feel like a utter dick. Cats, don't mind. I'll shoot a cat, fuck it. Cats are pricks. This is man's best friend. We domesticate... Humans domesticated dogs before we domesticated cows and sheep. Man's best friend in fucking deed. Wow. Someone's actually got me into the red. Been a while. Bad dog. Yeah, it's those little interactions that amaze me. Accidental reload. It's just, there's nothing better really. And I am a massive twat who has forgotten what way to go. Okay, so it's over there. You know why? Because that's usually the second one I go to. Because it makes more sense to do this one first. Oh well, no matter. Yeah, so maybe one day I'll feel confident enough to ramble with some actual evidence and information as opposed to shit I've heard and seen. Yeah, like a proper scientist. Yeah, I mean, if I do that though, I'd probably have to stop talking about fucking skinwalkers and wendigos. Like they're real. Well, they probably are. I have no way of I have no way of confirming or debunking that. So, and I'm going to be honest. On the risk that they are real, I'm probably not going to go and try. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to go and see rural Appalachia and you know, hang around in Arizona. I've got a mate that lives out there actually. Bastard's on a 60 grand retainer. I mean, my mate were talking about it the other night. It's like, even if I was, you know, complete best career path that I could possibly have. You know, got finished this leather technology degree, top of my class, got accepted into Oxford, you know, eventually finished my doctorate. Even if I did all of that, I'd have to get the job. Like, I'd have to get a job that's fucking amazing to beat that. Well, I don't know actually. He got a doctorate in psychology, so I mean, I didn't mean that to sound like it did. He got a doctorate in psychology, which in itself very fascinating. Not something I'd ever study, because I do not want to know what's wrong with me. Because that feels like something you shouldn't. That feels like something you, during the course of you studying, would have to come to terms with. And I'll be honest. Nah. Oh shit. I don't want to deal with it unless I have to, basically. Which is fair, as far as I'm concerned. Why deal with something if you don't have to? Again, not disparaging you know, other people or, you know, their professions. It's just not for me. Because I've got shitloads of fucking green herbs. Yeah, and I'm probably not the only one with that mentality. I find, to be honest, I also find marine biology really interesting. But at this point, it's like, what am I more interested in? Where humanity came from, or, you know, sharks? And I'm going to be honest, there are days where I really, really, really prefer sharks to humans. But then again, that's not hard. Humans are dicks. And as much as the media makes us, you know, sit there and go, sharks are evil monsters and going to kill everyone we love, the media's wrong. Sharks are animals. Sharks don't give two fucks about us. Most of the time when they bite you, it's because they're like, what the fuck is this thing? You know, because they haven't got hands. They can't reach out and touch you. But you get a very good idea of what something is when you bite it. I can actually attest to that from experience. There was this party I went to when I was just out of college. For you Americans that are listening, I mean, it's basically our equivalent of late stage high school, because when I was at school they didn't make us stay until we were 18. You know, because why make someone learn that doesn't want to learn?
I got the key. I can get out.
But I went to college anyway, because I couldn't get into the army. That's actually really depressing. So why did you go to college? Because I couldn't get in the army. It's usually the other way around, isn't it? I'm not saying that to my name, but yeah, that does sound really right. It's funny that, isn't it? Fuck, he survived. What's a bell end? Fucking die, prick. Get off. Oh, he's going to survive then, right. Let's do this the other way. Yeah, so this, basically I was at this party, and I don't know if you know, there's a game called Blind Man's Buff, but this weren't Blind Man's Buff, this was just, yeah, we had a blindfold, we were drunk, it was funny, and basically, and there were women there, so it didn't get to its usual level of this is slightly gay, what's going on. So yeah, basically it involved, if you're blindfolded, they put something in your mouth and you had to guess what it was, and it couldn't be food and it couldn't be anything, you know, disgusting. Though broadly disgusting, like they're not going to get a bit of dog poo and put it in your mouth. And you can generally tell, like if you bite down on something, you generally tell like what it's made of. It's like someone put their Zippo in my mouth. I mean, I immediately guessed what it was because I could taste petrol. And you immediately go, oh, well that's a lighter. Why? Because I could taste petrol and it's fucking metal. Slightly harder if it's one of them Bic lighters though. You go, oh, what the fuck's that? That feels hard. And seriously, give it a go. You'll be like, wow, that tastes like, you know, yeah. The fuck? Did I not push the button? Yeah, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, it's fairly interesting. Yeah, yeah, sharks are cool. But again, I am dedicating to myself to study of humans for some reason. The more you talk to yourself about something like this and you sit there and go, why the fuck am I doing that? But luckily I have 4 years to change my mind. 4 years because I've got to do a foundation year because me said I do so good at school because I was a little shit and bunked all the time because, you know, teenager's gonna teenager. I was far more interested in blackjack and hookers, really. Well, not hookers, but you get my drift. I was more interested in, you know, girls and gambling and certain other illicit substances that I cannot talk about on YouTube. Well, I can, but on the off chance I ever get anything monetized, I best not. I doubt I ever will, if I'm honest. Keep saying that, if I'm honest. I'm honest when I fucking need to be, that's when I'm fucking honest. I love the fact that I'm physically incapable of taking damage during this bit, and I still dodged everything. Oddly enough, I found out if you don't dodge, it actually slows you down doing this bit in the armour, because the animation for her to get up after dodging is quicker than it is for her to get up after being hit.
Leon!
Ashley!
I mean, it's seconds, but like when you're talking like, oh, if I shave 1 more minute off, then I'll complete this game in, you know, well, yeah. Once you start getting down to a certain point in this game, it is about shaving minutes off, no longer about shaving hours off or half an hour. It's literally, can I shave a few seconds off to make this 1 minute less overall? And you just, it's like not letting these things actually activate, just shooting them down first. Saves you almost no time. Saves you like a second at most, because you don't have to dodge fire while you're shooting at. Like shooting that before it actually gets to the bottom. Another second saved. And you don't even get that many enemies when you turn around. It's like, yeah, if you're going for like the most amount of kills you do everything as slow as possible. You literally slaughter everyone you can find. I haven't done a run like that yet, actually. That'd be an interesting one. How many enemies can you actually kill in Resident Evil 4? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure the kill counter doesn't go to 1,000, so it might be 999. And I think there is enough enemies to actually do that. Because I have definitely killed more than 900 before. And I know I've missed things because I was like, no, I can't be asked to do this bit. That's another one for the comments. If you know if there is actual a kill limit on this game, go for it. Another annoying thing about the Xbox version. A is no longer, the bottom button is no longer the mashing button. Because X is the square button, basically. Which is a little counterintuitive considering how used I am to the PlayStation version of this. Oh, I finally got Resident Evil 5 to work again on Steam. For some reason, a patch on Windows Live basically makes it so the game doesn't work anymore, which is a massive ball ache. But it's a simple download external file thing. Put it in the BIOS and it's fine. Sorry, I got a bit of gas there. I was out earlier with my dad and we went to the cat for that. I'll be honest, not too sure about the burgers. This wasn't the same burger that cost £7 Actually, it did cost about £7 No, I'm not going to complain because I don't have to pay for it. You know, free food is free food. Yeah, so,
Follow me.
the rest, I don't remember if in the last video I said I'd have this out the day after or not, but to be honest, that's not really viable because I've got a lot of packing to do.
Wait.
I know.
Follow me.
To be honest, it's slightly strange for me because I'm nearly 30 and I'm going to uni. So
Wait.
I mean, you could probably argue it doesn't really matter what age you go, but I'm not really looking forward to being surrounded by young 18-year-olds. Because the one thing I have noticed, if back when I was doing my job before I got made redundant, but for some legal reasons, I'm not allowed to.
Follow me.
Well, I can tell you what I did. I can't tell you who I worked for. So basically, I was in live events. And I was working for a company based in Crawley. That's the most I can give you, I think. Again, I'm not 100% sure on that simply because they get really funny about it and they've never actually told me what I can and can't say. I mean, technically speaking, I can say what the fuck I want, I'm never redundant. But there's a chance they'll take me back as a freelancer every now and then, so I'd rather not burn those bridges. Yeah, so we'd get young lads turn up and work for us, and they I don't know if it's the entire generation or if it's just me getting older and no longer putting up with bullshit, because I'm pretty sure my generation was fucking bad. And I know that sounds like, well, you're not that old, you're only fucking 28, but I don't know, I think there's a difference between, even if we don't go and say it's generational. Fuck, what colour was that statue? Yeah, no, right one. Even if we, talk, it's not generational, but I'm just finding that people that, I suppose, I'm old enough to remember what 9/11. And that might be a bit of that's a bit of a bummer. Remember 9/11? To be honest, I remember when the British Army rolled into Basra. That's. Oh shit! Wrong button. Oh. Just wrong button there. Things like the Troubles, they're not just words in a book, they're memories for me. I remember seeing shit on the news about what was going on in Ireland, or Northern Ireland, and Bosnia and shit like that. And I think that's just given me a bit more of a different perspective on how the world is. It's like it's not sunshine, it's not, you know. I'm just saying, I find some of the woke matters, and I hate to make myself sound like I'm on that side, you know, that woke is stupid, because woke's not stupid. Woke is really good. I do like the idea of woke, you know, that we're all, you know, equal and stuff. It's just the way it's been put into practice by some people is fucking stupid. Cancelling anything that's bad is not the good way to do anything. You know who else did that? Fucking Adolf Hitler. Like, I don't agree with that. We should never ever teach it. You know how that ended? Shitloads of people in camps and gas chambers. And quite frankly, I would rather that didn't happen. But the problem is a lot of people look at history through a modern moral lens, and you can't do that. Because they're not 21st century people. And, you know, a lot can be said about the whole colonizer argument that's going on at the moment about, you know, whether or not, you know, white people should just take the colonizer label is kind of stupid. Because it's not an insult for a start. It's a word. Words only have as much power as you give them. And, you know, also equally, I've never colonised shit in my life. But I'm white. Does that make me a coloniser? Because the way I was raised is Britain is a multicultural society. As in, there is more than one culture in Britain. And it's our best interest to learn them all. So we can coexist, learn about each other, you know, connect. Not become one people, because becoming one people is just depressing. No one wants to be all the same. Life thrives on things being different. I mean, look at evolution. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of things that just evolve into crabs for some reason. We don't know why. But it happens. Yeah, but look, you have flights evolved 4 times. From 4 different, you know, different types of species. And that's amazing. Don't get me wrong, I am saying similarities, but there are similarities within the differences that you can use to connect yourself to them. I don't know why I went out that door. Probably kept jawing on. It's, you know, it's things like that. It's just, I think one of the best ways I've ever heard the world described is it's a dark and terrible place, but there's beauty in the darkness. And I like that. I mean, a little bit off topic, but whatever. My point is, it's not about everyone conforming. It's being weird and wonderful, and, you know, being different. Because if we're all the same, what's the point? Sorry, I just had to concentrate a little bit there because they didn't do what I thought they were going to do. It was that. Yeah, there's look, we're all different, and it shouldn't be any other way. We should celebrate the differences between us, because it's what makes the world an interesting place to live. There's just so much hate that just doesn't make sense. And don't get me wrong, there's hate that makes sense. Like paedophiles. Hate them. Seriously, hate them. But, you know, I don't give a shit if you pray to a different god than me. If your skin's darker than mine, or lighter than mine, or green, or blue, or whatever. Because after all, that is kind of only skin deep for a start. Well, not that race is skin deep, because there's slight variations on skull shape depending on where you came from in the world, but that's got a lot to do with interbreeding and stuff, and adaptation for environment, which, you know, in itself, awesome. Oh, didn't dodge that one quick enough. You know, I'm going to push that button. I'm an idiot. Like, if you look at... Okay, so if you look at a Northern European skull, and then look at a skull of someone from sub-Saharan Africa, you look at them and you go, well, that's two human skulls. On the like, until you look proper close, there is no actual difference between them. But when you look closer, that's when you can see some differences. Like sub-Saharan African skulls have wider nasal passages. And that is to allow more heat to come off, whereas the Europeans are very small to keep more heat in because it's so cold. Even skin pigmentation is a adaptation for different environments. That doesn't make one better than the other on the grand scheme of things. I mean, it makes one better than the other in certain situations, but there isn't much you can do about that because that's kind of how those adaptations work. It's like I can live with the fact that if I'm sat in a room with someone from sub-Saharan Africa in a room that's 50 degrees C, he'll be doing a lot better than I am. You know, generally speaking. If we're both at the same level of acclimatization, he will have a natural advantage for me in that environment. Whereas if we were both in a cold situation, I'd have a natural advantage against him. That's, you know, that's not a bad thing. It's by each of us coming together and using each other's advantage. Each of us using our advantages to help others. That's, you know, how we build a better world. And just because I kind of want to stop talking about, you know, get off my soapbox and stuff, I will not be talking about gender. Beyond saying gender's a spectrum. If you're talking about there only being two, you're talking about biological sex, which is a completely fucking different thing. And that's it, really. I have nothing else to say on the matter beyond trans rights are human rights. So, well, I have one more thing to say. I agree with that and the sentiment, but I'm not sure about human rights. Mainly because that sort of talk tends to get abused for matters that don't really matter to what that's supposed to be. But again, I'm not talking about gender. Let's go back to talking about something interesting. Cradle of humanity. Or something. Why did I put my bloody rocket launcher away? I got distracted. Yeah, anyway, so yeah. So that's where I stand on that. I don't know how I got onto that tangent. And if that's annoyed you in any way, I'm not going to apologise, because if that's annoyed you, you're the kind of person that I want to annoy. So, deal with it, dickhead. If you find yourself agreeing with me, don't. Challenge me in everything I say. Bring about discourse and actual debate. That's how we need to do shit. That's right, you heard me. Debate me, bitch. Fucking hell, I might even set up a Discord for it. No, I won't. That feels like that'd take a lot of my day. Not that I'm not interested in debating the subject. It's just sometimes you want people to shut up and let you play your video games. But you know. It's the nature of the thing, innit? Methinks I've forgotten something. I have. I ran past the other cave. Oh, they all die the same. It's actually the most annoying thing on Pro when they grab you and vomit on you, because it literally takes, it doesn't matter what, you know, marker, damage modifier or shit you've got on, whatever mod you can find that, you know, circumvents the damage, they still do like 75% of your health with one of that throw up, and it's just like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, anyway. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you even share someone's opinion, debate them. Because you want to make, what you want people to do is not regurgitate the same shit they hear over and over and over again. You want them to think about the issue. You want them to consider their position on the issue. Do they actually believe that, or is that just what they've been told to believe? Because sometimes people are more interested in what their ideology says than what they actually think. And that is the true problem with the modern world. Because trust me, I know communists, I know out and out fucking capitalists, I actually know some fascists. But you sit there and you make them debate their ideals, and they sit there and go, "Oh shit, I didn't think of it like that." Of course, it doesn't help if they don't want to debate you. Oddly enough, that's one of the problems with fascists. Oddly enough, also one of the problems I have with communists. Because my only real argument, to be honest, my only real argument against communism is every time it's happened in the real world, it's had to be enforced by a totalitarian government. And that's because communism is an ideal. Ideals don't work. Because let's face it, if ideals work, Christianity would be a lot better. And probably wouldn't have killed as many people as it has. And before someone comes at me with the comments going, well, Christianity doesn't kill people, it fucking does. And I was trying to downplay it, so thanks for calling attention to it. Though, I can honestly say I can't think of a single religion that's never killed anyone. I mean, not that they're an autonomous person that could kill someone, I mean like in the name of that religion. I don't think a religion itself could actually kill you. I don't think it can. But then again, I don't know every religion in the world, so I honestly can't say. Maybe? But I suppose it also depends what I mean by a religion killing you. Because if the doctrine, is you have to starve yourself for X amount of times, X amount of time, and that kills you, is that the religion killing you, or is that your own stupidity? Or whoever wrote the religious text stupidity, should I say? Because or your misinterpretation of what someone's written as a religious text. Because I know there's fasting in Christian faith. To be honest, off the top of my head, I can't tell you why, for what reasons. Beyond it has something to do with prayer. At least, if I'm remembering that correctly. I might not be remembering that correctly, because I'm going to be honest, I was a bad Catholic to begin with, and then I stopped swearing, and then, well, I'm not a Catholic anymore, let's say that. And again, any Christians in the comments? No. I don't care if Jesus loves me. And I don't care about going to hell. Mainly because even in Christianity, what you think of about hell isn't a thing. That was something added to the Bible to enact control. Because if you actually read the Bible, oddly enough, it preaches love. Yes, the Old Testament has some wrathful moments of God, but that's not who you're praying to in Christianity. You're praying to Jesus Christ, the incarnation of the Son of God, or the Trinity, depending on your denomination, of course. Of course, that's a large generalisation, which I probably shouldn't make about a religion that I'm no longer a part of and have no intention of returning to. But a lot of the hypocrisy and the contradictions are added by people, not... If we are to consider the Bible the Word of God, it's got to be told to people, it's got to be written down by people. People are fallible, where a deity apparently is not, according to the Judeo-Christian belief. Oddly enough, it's what drew me to Odinism. Odin's like, on the face of it, I don't care about you. And I'm like, okay, cool. And you'll be like, that's no one to follow. But this is the thing. He has sick parties. The guy lives off of wine. He's the god of poetry, which, you know, poetry is pretty cool. Even if you don't like traditional poetry, just remember, rap is basically poetry. To a beat. Which on its own makes it more interesting. You know, it's like... Yes. So, rap fans, I am saying Odin is quite obviously the god of rap. Yeah. And to be honest, overall, I don't find it more believable. Like, I don't find the mythology more believable than Christianity. Because, I'll be honest, they both sound fucking utter bollocks. But I prefer the messages in them. Because it's not... I believed in this entity so much that it saved me. It's... I saved myself and this entity rewarded me. Or this... or even the stories about the even stories about the deities themselves. They're like people. They have flaws. They're relatable. I don't know why. I just feel better knowing that the gods are more human. For some reason. Which might sound like a really odd thing to say. Because surely the point of them being gods is they're not human. They're better than us. Because even if they're... Well, to be fair, even if they are better than us, them having flaws doesn't make them less than us. Or any less, you know, something to look up to, something to believe in. I mean, I'm kind of glad I didn't choose the Greek gods, for example, because that's a fucking hot mess. But again, also, they're not lesser than us. They have problems. They are, you know, a mess. Which, to be honest, I can understand why a lot of people relate to them. Hell, I'd like to party with Dionysus. And, I'll be honest, while Zeus does seem like a bit of a prick, and quite obviously the patron fucking god of fuckboys, you know, that sort of shit's how shit goes, isn't it? Oh my god, I've been fucking rambling for over an hour. Phew. Well, that's just how things have to go. I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about. Religion. How the fuck have I done the two things that I keep telling myself don't talk about because people don't like it? Religion and politics. Fuck you, etiquette. So what's the other one that you're not supposed to talk about? It's gender rights, isn't it, or something like that, or feminism. I remember someone saying you're not supposed to talk about feminism or something. To be honest, all for feminism, as long as you mean actual feminism. And for those who don't know, actual feminism is, you know, equal rights, not one sex being better than the other. And if you haven't got it yet, you might want to think about it. Yeah, I'm just going to say it. Giving women more rights does not mean that men get less rights. If we all get equal rights. You know. Equal custody rights. Equal suicide prevention, you know, stop inappropriately touching people, men and women. There's a, oh shit, my finger slipped and I did not hit the button. That happens sometimes. That was the first time I have died in this playthrough, so yeah, yeah, go. Sorry, I got a tickle in my throat there. If you're at a bar and you see a guy you like, and you approach him, and he doesn't seem interested, leave it at that. Oh my fucking god. Is this because I'm talking about feminism? I think it's because I'm talking about feminism. I'm going to shut up and do this, and then see if it is because I'm talking about feminism. And then I'll get back to you. And so much for doing the castle in 43 minutes. Thinks I'm being a dick. I am definitely being punished. I've said everything about the fucking topics I'm not supposed to be talking about. I don't know how I fucking got here, but it's happened. Sorry, I need to. I'll be back in a second. I just need to. I just need to. No, wait, no, don't walk away. Just fucking do it. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Forbidden topic. There we go. Yeah, anyway, ladies, you see a bloke at a bar, you approach him and he's not interested, fucking leave it at that. The exact same thing as if a bloke had approached. Do the exact same thing you expect a bloke to do if he comes up to you and you're not interested. It's that simple. Don't be like, oh, you must be gay, or you know, emasculate him, or just, touch him up. Oddly enough, we are human too, and some of us don't actually like being touched, as odd as that sounds. Not when I say don't like being touched, they don't like being touched without permission. It's like myself personally, if I don't know you, I'd rather you didn't touch me. Because, not to be, weird about it, but A, I don't know where you fucking been. I'm not saying you're going out fucking on a night out and you're, going to be covered in shite, but generally speaking, nah, I don't know where you've been. Don't know what you touched. I don't know who you've been touched by. Yeah, we've got the whole global pandemic thing. Who the fuck's shooting me? There you go, headshot. Yeah, it's just common courtesy. Don't touch people that don't want to be touched. Don't harass people. It's generally a good way to live your life. Outside of even feminism or even equal, don't touch people. Okay, I'm not going to advocate that you don't touch people. Sometimes you do when you touch someone. I mean, usually when you're pulling them out of the way of something fucking dangerous. Because we all have compassion. Sometimes we can act without meaning to. Because as much as I advocate for survival of the fittest, sometimes you kind of save the idiot before you realise you've saved the idiot. But general, don't harass people. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick is literally one of the easiest things to live by. Just don't stay. I'm not saying stay in your lane and never challenge anyone. What I'm saying is, just don't be a dick. It's not hard. If someone's been a bit obnoxious at a bar, oh well. If he's not actively bothering you, should I say? If he's in your face shouting at you, fucking slot him. But there's no need to be timid about it either. But just try and I'm trying to find the words that doesn't make me sound like some fucking douchebag that does yoga. Not the people that do yoga that are douchebags. It's just douchebags tend to do yoga. And have visited in India for a week and constantly greet you with namaste, like they're Indian, or they think they're Indian because they think that's what Indians say. Because I'll tell you now, most of the Indians I know say, "Wait, dickhead, what you doing? Get out of my shop." And I mean, that's more indicative of the fact that most of the Indian people that I know, and I have checked, they are Indian. I can tell the difference between Indian and Pakistani, how they greet you. Pakistani will say, "Hello, boss." Indians tend to say "sir." Oh shit! That's the island. That's the end of the video. Wow, that went by got a lot quicker. Right, I'm going to shut up now. And if anything I've said has offended you, or you can contact 0121 because I don't care. So, see you guys later. Enjoy your day, and yeah.